Hello and welcome to SwissRPG Reviews.
And apparently only 50 people in an entire month really watch.
I'm Luke.
And I'm Babs.
And we're reviewing Bakto's horrifying, terrifying, scary cuisine. Which is this. That's it. That's the adventure. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all we get.
That's all you get. It's those 2 pages that you can print out and fold it into a menu-like kind of thing.
A pamphlet or a brochure.
Brochure, whatever.
Origami.
Yes, origami. It is a silly one, so that is also the reason why we didn't even prepare a script here for this.
No, this is definitely all. This is all scripted. I wrote down the script.
Aha, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
The adventure, initially when we read it, we were severely disappointed. Like basically with every single sentence we were asking, what the hell is this? Because Bakto has an allergy that will kill him, which comes up in one room of the adventure. You need to create him a dish, like a traumatizing, passionate dish.
Yeah. First of all, you have to know the party is taken hostage by this Bakto guy who is a demon, and in order to become free again, you need to cook.
Yeah. Bakto requires sustenance in forms of creatively cooked food, and it gives you a specific type, like theatrical distant, which is when the stage is really far away.
Yeah, there's a lot of really odd stuff in there. I mean, the allergy could, for example, be musicals or learning.
I mean, those would at least be fun, but they come up in one room of the adventure.
Yeah, I mean, the party has one opportunity to find out about the allergy and then use it for their advantage. Otherwise, it still might come up eventually by mistake. I don't know. What does breaking the fourth wall actually even mean? Is this just they broke out of time and space and?
No, they addressed the players / DM directly. That's breaking the fourth wall. You know what that is? You address the audience.
That's what meant by that.
Which I was
thinking about space, time, and.
The fourth dimension then would be time.
Yes,
you sequence break the D&D game.
He's also allergic to backward spelling.
Well, he's allergic to 1 out of 6.
Yeah, one.
You said that you roll up.
Yes.
At the beginning of the adventure. Bakto's kidnaps. It doesn't tell you a lot of things, but then you're off into this area. You start there. I'm sure he'll put that in.
Magic of
He'll either zoom in dramatically.
Yes.
Or he'll actually put something
there. Well, there's not a lot to see, actually. It looks like the subway plan of a small city. And I guess that's probably the inspiration for that one. Just maybe, I don't know, it's a subway plan that never got realized in Zurich. So that in the middle there is the main station.
I'm glad that this is like a shit subway. But then they're off into one of the 14 rooms. You have 20 turns. Turns not being D&D turns, but being
not fight round
random
turns,
period of time.
Yes.
Time is an illusion turn.
You have time units.
Yes, going in between rooms takes a certain amount of time. There's a certain distance. That is 1 turn. Interacting with a room is a turn. And then you run around and get ingredients.
Yeah. That's like a cooking competition show style of thing where people get. I think those kind of shows actually exist where they just get a dish as a requirement and then have a table full of stuff.
And then they say go in one of these 14 rooms. You can only go in 3.
Exactly. And if you do something wrong, then you die.
Yeah, I've watched it on the telly.
That would be a great television show. I would really watch that. Gordon Ramsay finally killing his apprentices.
Now it really is Hell's Kitchen. The adventure is written system agnostic, which means it's not made for D&D, it's made for whatever you want, which lends itself to having very weird things in here. Like one of these guys here, his description is level 1 specialist. What that means, no one knows. What is a level 1 specialist?
What is he specialized in? Nobody knows. And there's saves against magic, for example.
One guy has the tag floating. Cool.
He floats.
What that actually means is up to the DM,
Yeah.
like everything in this adventure. There's also a 3rd level fighter. So if I'm supposed to draft up a 3rd level fighter within the system I'm running, I mean, I'd rather not. Sounds like a huge bar.
But still, I mean, the fighter is at least something that you find in every RPG system, right? That's like the most basic
There's
thing.
also some actually elegant design here.
Not saying fighters
like
are basic.
D8 damage dice, and on an 8 you cut off a limb. That's at least that makes sense.
Yeah.
You understand that.
Yeah.
And you know, it's all over the place. It's really DM figure it out, and that's why when we read it first, it was complete shish.
Yeah, exactly.
We did not like this at all.
No, we had no idea how to convert this into D&D. We had no idea how to run it, actually. And a lot of those things that you see in there are probably deadly. I mean, you have, if you're really unlucky, you have the opportunity to trigger Tarask. So
there's also just lich, like straight up. Here's a lich.
Yeah, there's a lich.
And what level is the adventure for?
Starving
level adventure.
Starving level adventures.
Which we assume was
figure it out.
first level.
I mean, that is probably a good
XP.
thing. Yeah, we did 4th level,
You
right?
did like 3rd level.
Yeah, 3rd level, 4th level, whatever. But still, I mean, I guess it is adaptable. You can do it with whatever level you want, and also with whatever system. So
initially we, thought it was terrible, but then we ran it.
Yeah.
I ran it. He played it, and it was really good.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Really, it was great fun. Actually, it was. You don't need to. I mean, we played it on a VTT, and you don't really have to prepare anything. You have a room description that says it's 30 feet, 60 feet, or 120 feet wide. It's circular, right?
I don't. Maybe circular.
Squares,
Who knows? I just
circles,
whatever.
Up to you. But you just.
Octagonal.
Yeah, you just do a room. There needs to be nothing in there. Drag your tokens on it. No decoration, no anything, and everything else that you have is under the room description. It says.
Usually, in an adventure, I like it written in a way where there's substance.
Yeah.
There's a clear plot. There's the locations. And then there's also how the DM would adapt if things happen differently, as well as
a bit more
NPC
of like
description,
red
personality, and generally helping the DM.
Exactly. This is chaos.
This is chaos.
This is pure chaos. I mean, you have no idea if the party is supposed to stay together. Are they competing against each other? Are they competing against other groups?
Yeah, are there competitors? Don't know.
No idea. Complete chaos, really. You can just leave it up to the party actually, and just roll with it. The entire adventure is a great improvising exercise.
If you're not opposed to improvising,
yes,
it's really liberating. It's really fun. It's just enough of an adventure to get your think tank going. Think tank thonging. And it's just enough. Although after having run it, there are a few things that I would say are possible actual mistakes. Like are there contestants or not? Are the players working together or not?
Yeah.
As well as there's an underlying story somewhat within this dungeon where there's 2 kingdoms at war, but because you're on this timer,
you have no time to explore any of this.
Yeah,
it is mentioned, but
you just go and you get on with it. And there's also a key on one end of the dungeon that unlocks something at the other end of the dungeon. And I think I counted you need 15 or 16 turns to do all of that, which means you can't feasibly do it unless you know it's there and you're going for it exactly. Which means why is it there? Things like that. There's also, the ingredients it gives you, it lists here, ingredients are absolutely insane. There's a Tarask sausage, which turns into a Tarask when eaten. Then there's a baked sun, which is really fluffy bread with the heat of an actual sun, which, you know, will scorch you, and this cosmic egg, a dimension in an egg.
But it is really nutritious. It does say that.
Oh, it's super nutritious.
It's insanely nutritious, yes.
As well as red cinnamon here is
you eat an entire dimension,
addictive.
you're probably fat for the rest of your life.
But there's also then 2 rooms that have every ingredient. Every other ingredient in the universe, apparently every ingredient you can think of is in one of those 2 rooms.
I mean, I like the idea of the Goblin Market where you can trade what you acquired in other rooms for stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't tell you. It says 100 edible goblins. So first of all, you can kidnap the goblins if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first idea that
but
you
it
get,
says
right?
they live and trade amongst themselves. Like,
there's a
can
little
the
goblin
players
society
be even
there.
part of that?
Also, every goblin is edible. Like,
why everything is edible.
Yeah, if you're brave enough, everything is edible. But I mean, a normal goblin that is made out of flesh and blood and bones is definitely edible. You don't need to be very brave to eat a goblin. And I'm pretty sure some adventuring parties tried that.
It has a few little oddities like that. I don't think it should have this underlying story.
Nah.
I think there should maybe more insane ingredients in more of the rooms, and leave away the actual ingredients. But there's also random encounters, which I didn't bother with when running it.
Who does, actually? I mean,
you don't really know if you're supposed to fight things or whatever.
Yeah.
So we can't really rate this adventure the usual way. It wouldn't seem right. It wouldn't seem fair.
No, definitely not. It wouldn't be fair to regular one-shots where people actually put a lot of effort into.
That's a little,
I don't want to say that this is effortless. I mean, it is. It shows an insane amount of creativity, actually.
Definitely.
It's not effortless. So it is a cool idea that person actually had at one point.
Yeah, but you can't really.
Of course, you can't compare it. You can't compare it to, like, I don't know, a 20-25 pages one shot that you got with nicely drawn map and whatever. So
we rate this adventure a erotic alla Toscana dish out of 10.
Exactly, I completely agree. You should pick it up. It is a great fun activity. You actually don't even need to know a lot about RPGs, so it could actually also be a very nice introduction into role-playing games.
Yeah, and you can also lean into the madness, or maybe you can lean more into the horror element of being abducted and having to serve a demon.
Exactly.
It can be comedy, it can be tragedy.
It can also be just 2 hours, for example.
Yeah, you can run it 2 hours. You can run it possibly multi session almost.
I don't.
I mean, maybe it'll wear out then, but
but it can be a fun evening activity with just some random people that never played an RPG and always have been intrigued about what is it actually about. So there you go. It's a cool little thing. I definitely recommend it. I put the link to it into the description below. Since it is free, you don't have to buy anything. You just have to print it out, because that makes it way cooler if you have it printed out and then just fold it like that. There's no instruction for folding, actually. But I guess you figure it out unless you're not Luke.
Leave me alone.
So, that is Bakto's Terrifying Cuisine, everyone.
That's it. That's the very well scripted review.
That's the very well scripted, completely loosey-goosey review of Bakto's Terrifying Cuisine.
I really did well in this script.
Yeah, that was a great script, and
good.
So I mean, we talk freely and everything, so it was great.
Yeah, it seemed very organic.
All right, guys, enough of the review. Exactly, we're done.
And see you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, like, share, and subscribe.